What's up guys, this is Michael with Strange Shapes again, and welcome to another tutorial. I don't know about you guys, but I have been pretty obsessed with Starfield lately, and I love their logo, so I just wanted to make it in After Effects. It wasn't so bad, thought I'd share. So yeah, let's get into it. Have some fun, make something weird. So to start, we're going to come to New Composition. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Starfield for obvious purposes. I'm going to set the resolution to 1440, but feel free to do 1080, whatever fits your needs. We're going to go to frame rate at 30 and duration at 10 seconds long. Hit OK. We're going to come to the text tool, type in what we want, which is Starfield. I'm going to align that guy to the center. My anchored point is in a weird place, so I'm just going to control click the pan behind tool to center it, make sizing it down a little bit easier. Move it down to the middle, kind of just size it wherever you think it looks right in the frame. Boom. Once you have it sized correctly, we're going to come here to the Starfield text layer, going to right click it, go to create shapes from text. This will hide the original text layer, but now we have some outlines to work with. All right, real fast before we move on, I'm just going to go to the pen tool up here, click out of that so that the outlines aren't selected. Make sure your fill color is black, and we're just going to hide this crossbar on the A to fit the original Starfield logo. Just draw a shape. Doesn't have to be perfect, but looks a little more faithful to the original logo. Now that we've done that, we're going to come over here and we're going to fix the T first. So don't forget to label your layers like I just did. So I'm just going to call that first shape layer that we did a knockout. Then you're going to come over here to the outlines, expand it till you can see all the letters. We're going to choose the T, open up the T again, click path. We're just going to select those bottom points and delete them. Pretty easy. We're going to do something similar to the L. Find the L again, click it, hit the path. We're going to select these. Now this one's trickier. It won't let us delete it outright, so we're just going to bring it down like that. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get it to a good spot. Once we've done that, we're going to make a new shape in here. So you can just right click in this panel, go to New, Shape Layer. We're going to add some things to that. We're going to add an ellipse, so you can just expand it, go to the Add button, Ellipse. That'll add one to the middle. We're also going to add a stroke to that guy. Add a stroke. All right, now we're going to expand this out. We might need to adjust the stroke, but for now, it's actually looking pretty close. Now we want to align this with the T and the L. It might take a little bit of finagling. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but you want it kind of in the middle of the T and so that it comes up on the L. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Once you've got it to a good space, we're going to come over here and add another animation. We're going to add trim paths. All right, and then we're going to expand it. We're going to move the start of the trim paths. Make it at a, let's get it halfway. And then move the offset down. And you want it to align like that. The main logo, it doesn't quite touch the L, so you can adjust this as needed. It doesn't have to be exact. Keep it right there. And we'll fix this part too in a little while, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure it's not quite touching it. Once that's looking good, you can Control D, duplicate that shape layer, expand that one so that we can see the trim paths. We're going to move this offset so that it does the opposite thing. It's going to touch the L. We don't want it touching the T. All right, so once that looks pretty close, we're going to come up here to the rectangle. Make sure the fillet is black. We're going to come up here. We just want to draw a rectangle so that the end of the ellipse isn't quite angled. We want it flat, like in the logo. Cool. Looks good. Let's Control D, duplicate that layer. Move it over here. And yeah, mess with those rectangles until you get it to a good spot. Now let's name those. I'm just going to call that T rectangle because there's a lot of shape layers going on and we got to keep things organized. T and L rectangle. Cool. It's coming along. Now once it's there, it's looking good. You're going to move the timeline to about 5 seconds. Keyframe the start stopwatches right there. Then we're going to move this all the way back and adjust that parameter just where we want them. All right, looking pretty good. Once that's in a good spot, we're gonna select all those keyframes, hit F9 to easy ease them, go to the speed graph editor, select these guys until you can see this little yellow bar that you can pull, and we're just gonna move that down a little bit, just so that the animation kind of starts to slow down as it gets closer. Bring that timeline to the beginning, and boom. There's the logo animation. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something and had fun. And if you're like me and all of your free time is going to Starfield, I hope that's going well, too. I know I'm having fun with it. All right, well, until next week, guys. Have a great week. Keep making weird stuff. See ya.